I want to say a big thank you for joining us today. So we're back again with another video reviewing last week and also our stock picks for the coming week. By the way, we realized that in most of these videos we never mention our names, right?
Yeah.
Actually, we've released about 4 or 5 videos now, and I guess you guys don't even know what our names are. So my name is Abby and
Thanks.
and he's Kanks. So if we forget in the subsequent videos, just always refer to this video, yeah? All right. This past week was
Interesting.
yeah, I think that's the appropriate word. It
Very
was very interesting
Yeah.
because we started off on Monday very hopeful. The week was looking like, wow, this is going to be the week of let me see, which was the best week? Sometime in December maybe, you know.
Yeah.
It was looking like that. Everything was pumping, and then all of a sudden it just took a turn, and then everything began to sink, and the market just wasn't very encouraging in the later part of Monday. But
And I also feel like during the week they were a big target on Chinese companies, so a lot of them started like having a drawbacks based on news on governmental issues and just basically Chinese companies listed on the New York Stock Exchange or the Nasdaq. They had a real big drawbacks because I had some of them on my watch list, and it was quite an upside turn for us. But yeah, just the feedback on our picks last week. Number one is MUX, a tick symbol MUX, Mahwin Mining. So that one went down 6% over the past 5 days.
Yep.
And the second pick was QDAN, ticker symbol QD.
Yep.
We were expecting QD to do better because their pre-COVID price was quite high than what it is right now, but we saw a downtrend of minus 18%, and I'd like to highlight that that's also a Chinese company, so that might be a factor. And then another pick that I had last week is Emerging AR, and I picked that because of the NFTs hyped, and that went down 26%. Ticker symbol IPNFF. It went down 26% over the past week, and I picked another stock that is based on NFTs, and that is HOFV. That's Hall of Fame Resort and Entertainment, and that one went up 28%. We saw a super hype on aftermarket after Tuesday from $3 to about $6.7, and then they ran it up again during the day to about $7. So even if you were not able to get in the pre-market, you could have like gotten into the hype during the day and still made some good profit. And then afterwards we saw the stock plunging, and then it kind of like regularized on a certain amount, so it was kind of a good one. And the next one I picked was Gamestop Gme. I also made a comment in the previous video that this is it was a speculative pick, because I really thought that the Wall Street bet guys were going to hype the stock, and I picked that because of the announcement that they were going to have on Tuesday. I was expecting them to have to plunge, because obviously the stock price isn't according to the valuation of the company. So after the announcement on Tuesday, we saw a drawback from the stock, and I posted that on my Snapchat that it was a good entry because we were seeing about $150 in the aftermarket on Wednesday morning, and I knew that this was going to go back to $200. It was an easy money play. So
yeah, it went up quite a number of times during the days of the week and through the week as well, which was quite nice.
In general, over the last 5 days, GME was minus 9.6%. I made profit from this because I got in after the announcement, and I saw the run up on Thursday, and I went out when it was like $200.
So it was really a good play.
Yeah, it was a good play for me. I told some of my friends in a private chat that they should get into the dip after the announcement. That was an easy one. I knew that already, guys, was going to pump that one. Like the whole stock market was going backwards, but GME was going upwards.
GME, and also at some point AMC was pumping as well.
Yeah.
But again, these stocks are not typical stocks, so just bear that in mind.
So, and then the last pick I had for last week is Up Fintech, ticker symbol TIGR. And I picked Up Fintech because they were having a quarterly earnings announcement on Friday after market. and unfortunately, it's also a Chinese company, and we saw a drawback of minus 30% in the past 5 days. That's crazy, but I'm gonna be buying the dip. I believe in the company, but you have to be very careful with Chinese company. And I would like to highlight that when Up Fintech made their quarterly earnings, they actually beat expectation, and it's probably super at a discount price right now. But you can never tell where Chinese company are gonna go.
Yeah, I think that's a discussion we need to have, because, for example, this week we saw quite significant drops in Chinese stocks, and I think that's a conversation we need to have at some point, really,
Yeah.
because a lot of people have mostly Chinese stocks in their portfolio.
Not mostly, but potential. Like I mean,
Yeah, a lot of people, for example, so if you have like Neo, and then you
Yeah.
have maybe, I think, SQD as well, and then you have SM, and
well, you cannot say mostly.
okay, yeah, true, okay, true. Maybe mostly is not the right word, but I know that there are people that would have a lot of
Yeah.
Chinese stocks in the portfolio. And
We saw Neo as a very good potential. And
yeah,
it just after the
Neo
news,
was trading at, I think it got to about 50 at a point, right?
no, 35.
No, not this week, in general. Like,
Oh yeah.
But now it's trading at 33, 35, and it keeps dropping. There's even, I
Yeah.
think it's going to be about 28 at some point.
So the first catalyst was the fact that Neo mentioned on their earnings call to their investors that there's gonna be a short in chips that they use to produce the cars, and that really affected. I mean, they had a good earnings announcement, but after saying that at the end of the conference, that actually affected the stock price.
Yeah, and then now again they're saying they're postponing production or delaying production.
They closed factory for like 5 days.
Yeah. and all.
So Neo also has been going down, but I feel like this is a good dip to
Yeah,
buy.
Neo was one of my best performers, right?
Yeah.
I got into Neo when it was, I think, about $4 or so, or even less than $4. I don't remember, but quite a long time ago, and it's been performing very well.
And then you bought more at 10.
And then I bought more at 10. Yeah, I bought more at 10. And now I'm thinking to just take my profit and go home, but we'll see what happens there. Anyway, that's all we picked for last week.
Another thing is, I'd like to highlight that when you're buying into the dips, you have to buy in bit by bit. So if you want to put in $100, you want to put in like $50 first, and then look for how it regulates, and then probably go later.
For example, let's take Tesla, right?
Yeah.
Tesla was trading at about 800 for quite a long time, and usually I buy Tesla almost every day. So for me, it's just day trade. I used to keep Tesla as a long-term stock, but I just felt like it was too volatile for me, so I decided to trade it. And usually when I get in, I don't get in at once. I just buy bit by bit. But then, since I think January or February something, it's been going down. I've been buying the dip. Now I'm tired of buying the dip. Really. I'm really tired of buying the dip because I've bought the dip so much. But imagine if I just put all of the money at once. It means that by now I would have... You
cannot average your position.
Yeah, exactly. I would have probably not lost, but my portfolio would be down by maybe more than half. But because I buy bit by bit, that's your strategy we use, though.
Yeah.
Do what works for you. So that's what happened in the previous week, and now we'll go into the stock picks for the coming week.
We're going to talk about our picks for the next week, and we're really anticipating that we have a week.
A good week.
A good week, yeah. A green week. Because it's been a crazy one over the past previous weeks.
Yeah.
And we kept on anticipating a better week, and we're still here, hoping for a better day. So we just dropped off Clubhouse, and someone gave us a pick, and the company is called Alqua Corporation, ticker symbol AA. We feel like this is a good one to watch out for. Based on what they're into, aluminium productions, and we feel like once the economy start opening back again, the requirement or the request for this product might be high. So we'll be picking this one for you guys to check it out and do your own DD on it. And my second pick for the week would be Vuzix, ticker symbol VUZI. I feel like Vuzix had a drop over the past days.
What was the reason actually?
Because they proposed a stock offering at a lower price than its current price. I feel like that's a factor to the drop.
Because I know this past week it got up to $30.
Yeah.
And now it's trading at about $22, which is quite low.
And the proposal was for public offering of 4.5 or 4 million shares for $20.5 per share. So which was currently below the stock price of that's 85 million stock offering.
And
so
we have mentioned Vuzix a few times here. So if you're not in yet, have it in your watch list at least and try to find. I think it is a good stock to own. Yeah. So just check that out. Read about them. Of course, you need to do your own due diligence in this case.
Yeah, and they got into they got some offers of $250K to supply glasses, and they still have a lot of patents under their nose, so it's a good one. Those are the two stocks I'll be looking at, and I'll probably be averaging my positions on Jumia and Neo.
Okay, so for me, PLTR, so Palantir, is another one I'll be looking at this week. I've got in a few times, gone in and out. As I mentioned last week, you just need to see how it performs on Monday before you just put your money into it. So I'll be getting in at some point during the week into PLTR and MUX. MUX I mentioned last week. For those of you that go in, I'm sure you made quite some money. It's trading at about 1.08 now or 1.05. I'll just check that. Usually goes up to 1.21. 1.24. That's what you should be watching out for. So if you get an entry at 1.05, great price to get in there. As I mentioned also, it is volume trade, so you need to buy quite a lot of it. So about 200 units or 300 if you have that much money, and then you'll be able to get good profit from it because of course it's not a penny stock, but it's very close to being called a penny stock. All right, and we have to mention also. So this video is part of a Clubhouse recording as well, or session as well. And on Clubhouse, we get quite good picks. As I mentioned today, we got AA. We also got GBTC. Now we are not in this. We'll be watching out for those. And we've got some nice picks as well on Clubhouse, like AABB. We've also got KOPN. I am in KOPN. It's been doing quite well. It went down a bit, but it's been doing quite well. So you may want to put this in your watch list as well. We're not in all of this. As I mentioned, we got them on Clubhouse, and for those that we are in, they've been doing relatively well. Now, if you want to join us on Clubhouse, I'm going to leave the link in the description every Sunday, so you can join us for the live session on Clubhouse where we can actually discuss and go about that. So that's all from me. Anything else you want to share?
Nothing else. Just keep positive, keep doing more research. You don't always have to trade every day when the market is red. Yep. If you're fortunate to have a platform that allows you to short sell, this is a very good moment where short sellers are making great money. That's a very easy play.
But you should know how it works, okay? So you don't lose your money.
So
and also if you don't lose until you sell, as they say, right? I know a lot of people are panicking. Oh, my portfolio is 30% down or 500% down. Relax, okay? If you don't sell, you've not lost your money. You still have You still have the quantity or the number of stocks. It's just that the value has reduced momentarily. All right, guys. I want to say a big thank you for joining us, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and what else do they do? And comment. Yeah. And we're gonna see you guys next week.
All right.
Cheers. Bye.